The Tunguska Event. A cosmic explosion with no crater. A video to fall asleep to. Part 1. A quiet morning in Siberia. Good evening, dear listener. Take a deep breath. Let it go slowly. You're safe. You're calm. You're about to drift into one of the strangest mysteries in modern history, one that begins in the endless forests of Siberia. The date was June 30th, 1908, a clear morning near the Podkamena Tunguska River. The world was quiet, but then, in the space of seconds, the sky lit up, a blinding flash. A thunderous roar that echoed across hundreds of miles. The ground shook. People were thrown from their chairs. Windows shattered. Reindeer scattered. Fishermen dropped their nets. An explosion 35 times more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima tore through the sky. Yet, when investigators arrived, there was no impact crater, no trace of a meteorite. Just 800 square miles of flattened trees, all lying in the same direction, like something invisible had pushed them down from above. It was as if the sky had opened, and something massive had come through, then vanished. Tonight we'll explore this quiet chaos, the explosion that left no scar, the mystery that left no solid answer, just soft whispers from the trees. And the question, what really happened in the sky that morning? Let yourself sink into this wonder. Let the trees bend in your mind's eye. Let your imagination wander, and I'll guide you. Sleep is near. Part 2. Eyewitnesses and the blast without fire. Close your eyes if you haven't yet. Picture the sound of wind through endless pine. Now, imagine it suddenly replaced by silence. Then, a boom so powerful it shook the earth. Eyewitnesses miles away described a fireball. They said it streaked across the morning sky, like the sun itself had broken loose. Some said it was blue, others orange. One man, sitting on his porch, was blown off his chair by a shockwave, though he never saw what hit him. And then everything fell still again. When scientists finally arrived years later, they expected to find a crater, a hole in the earth. But there was nothing, just scorched earth and snapped trees. No metal, no stone, no impact. Only silence and confusion. Why did no one see anything crash? Why was there no trace of what fell from the sky? Some believed it exploded in the air, a mid-air blast miles above the surface. Others whispered of something else, something not of this world. But for now, let that thought rest. Let it drift in the back of your mind. As we continue through this gentle, strange mystery, let sleep begin to pull at your thoughts. You don't need to solve it, just follow. Part 3. The silent aftermath. Imagine walking through a forest, but all the trees are flat, not broken randomly. No. They all lie in the same direction, as if something swept across the sky and pressed them down with invisible hands. In the heart of the Tunguska blast zone, that's what explorers found. Over 80 million trees flattened outward, in a perfect radial pattern, like ripples from a stone tossed in water. But the center of the blast still had standing trees, burned, stripped, but upright, as if they'd been brushed by fire from above. No crater, no impact, no familiar trace of what caused it. Animals were gone, birds silent, The forest floor blackened. Some who returned decades later said they felt strange, just standing there, like the place still held something, unspoken, unsettled, a wound in the earth that had never quite closed, and yet no one had died, at least not directly. The area was remote, sparsely inhabited, but the questions remained. Let that image rest gently in your mind. A quiet forest, bowed by invisible force, telling a story no one could explain. Part 4. Theories that tried to explain it now drift further into the mystery. What could flatten an entire forest without leaving a crater? Scientists began to wonder, was it a meteor, a comet, something from space that exploded in the air? That's the leading theory. An airburst, a cosmic rock entering Earth's atmosphere, heating up, breaking apart, and then mid-air releasing all its energy in a giant explosion. But if that's true, why has nothing like it happened again? At that scale, others say it wasn't rock or ice, but something stranger. Could it have been an antimatter particle, reacting violently with normal matter? Or maybe a miniature black hole passing through Earth, exiting the other side, without ever stopping? Some even wondered, was it an alien craft, a failed landing, or a hidden battle in the skies above? These ideas weren't just fiction. Scientists, writers, and dreamers all added to the puzzle. No clear answers, only more speculation. Each idea as strange as the last. And so the mystery deepened. As you rest now, let your thoughts drift across those strange possibilities. Some science, some imagination, but all of them trying to explain a silence that came with fire over Siberia. Part 5. Still no answers. Only silence. Welcome back, dear listener. By now the mystery should feel like fog, thick, quiet, and strangely calming. Over 100 years later, we still don't know what really happened that day. Yes, the airburst theory fits. But there's no impact crater. No fragments found, just flattened trees and puzzled scientists. The forest slowly regrew. Time moved on, but the silence stayed. People returned to the area. They walked among trees that had fallen like matchsticks, all leaning outward from a single point. And in that center, nothing, no hole, no sign of what caused it. Almost like whatever came, vanished. In the decades since, researchers have launched expeditions, collected samples, taken satellite images, and yet the event remains unsolved. It whispers something to us, that not everything can be measured or captured. Some things just leave echoes. So as you rest, let this mystery be what it is, unfinished. A question with no final answer. Sometimes the not knowing is what helps us wonder.